Hello and welcome to Apostolic Children's Ministry Podcast.
Hello, everybody. Welcome once again to Apostolic Children's Ministry Podcast. Tristan, are you ready?
I am.
All right. Well, we have a lot to talk about because we have, boy, do we ever have some bloopers. Sunday was packed full of them with very little victories to accompany it this time.
Yeah.
So we'll share all that with you. We also, since we're here, want to talk about that Apostolic Podcast Network that we're a part of. There is a group of people that do podcasts, and you may have guessed from the title, they're all apostolic.
Yes.
And the ones that we're going to be referring to specifically are in children's ministry. So you can go to apostolicsundayschool.com/APN or linktr.ee/apostolicpodcastnetwork. Yep. And you can see all kinds of great children's ministry podcasts, plus a plethora of others.
Yes.
In fact, there's a new one there. Brother Zach Leal started one.
Ooh.
It's new. It's been a couple months now, but I think, Brother Leal, if you're listening to this, I think there's only one episode still on there. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. But I've been checking. I hadn't seen any come up in my feed. So, but I do want to hit this, and we're going to hit this in our Apostolic Kids episode as well. But the ARC podcast is just so good. You need to go listen to it. Apostolic Radio for Kids. It's like a mini Adventures in Odyssey, but it's every week.
Yes.
And we're so excited for all the hard work that they're putting in. And I just got a lead on a man named Lydell Cox, who is from Brother Urshan's church and from, my brain just turned off.
Durham?
From Durham. And they are doing an Adventures in Odyssey style. It's called Bible Time Adventures, and we're about to blow this thing up as much as we can as far as the marketing and putting it on our website and pushing it on Instagram and everything else. They are selling it. It's not for free, but we want them. You know what? I'm sick of us backpedaling when we say something costs something. You know what? That's how Adventures in Odyssey became the juggernaut they are, is because people bought it and gave them the resources to make something better. Yeah. And so we need to support apostolic creators.
There's only so far you can go on your own dime.
Yep. And Bible Time Adventures, I believe there's a whole album out. So I think it's 11 episodes already.
Okay.
And I was talking to him, and he said, same thing that everybody says that does something like this, is you don't know what you don't know until you start recording. And he said, so the first one is a little rough. Well, I listened to it. I thought it was great. So I didn't think it was rough at all. But he said we learned a lot, and the second one was better, and the third one was better. And by the 11th one, we felt like we had our feet under us. So
that type of thing always happens whenever you start something.
Yeah, so if you're looking for where you can find that, I should have been more prepared, but there's a website coming, Bible Time Adventures, but right now it's on Apple Books.
Ooh.
Apple Books.
As like an audiobook?
Yes, as an audiobook through Apple Books. It is soon going to be available through their website, maybe even a subscription base sometime. But they're trying to put these out regularly, and I don't know the exact timeline. And so, time will tell how often these are able to come out, because it's not their livelihood. They're doing this as they're able. But either way, I'm so excited to see something like this happen. And Brother Danny from our church has been doing something along those lines called Family
Time Radio.
Family Time Radio. And I think there's a website, familytimeradio.something.
.org, I think.
.org. And so go check those out, support those things. Yes. And I hear that the Rock Church is putting out some as well. Ooh. So this is great. We can't have too many.
Oh, never.
I mean, it's not like we're in competition with each other. There's such a need out there for this kind of content.
And as soon as the kids finish one thing, they're just going to want more.
Yep. And Sister Tristan, look what I got in my hot little hands.
Oh, this is the first time I've seen it.
I have the Vacation Bible School book. The reason you haven't seen it before is it just showed up.
I like it.
We've had it finished for a bit, but the author copy is in my hot little hand right now. And this is the You Are Wanted by God Apostolic VBS. And Sister Tristan, why don't you just kind of flip through that a little bit for the camera?
Let's see.
And it is a Vacation Bible School by Apostolics for Apostolics. It's colorful, exciting, well put together. The design is great, but more than that, the content is awesome, well written, but even better, it's apostolic. And you don't have to rewrite stuff. You don't have to figure out how to swing it into an altar call because that's written into every part of it. It's meant to be like that. So pretty exciting stuff.
I think it's super cool. When you were showing it to me when it was just on the digital, was like that it had not only the days broken down, it wasn't only broken into days. Each day was broken into like each segment, and then each segment was broken down, and so it was like super like simple.
And I don't know if you can see this, but Sister Danielle Parker, who helped design so much of what we're putting out through the WPF for the kids, did the edges of the book. Can you see that? How they're all color coded, so you can flip through them. And so there's individual books within there. So there's like book 1 with the director's handbook. Then there's a book for games, a book for the food, and each one is colored differently. So here, I'm gonna grab your mic again so you can just kind of flip through that and show that to them. Can you see that? Flip it. Yeah. Turn it like sideways a little bit. Just so they can see the edge. Oh yeah. So you can see what the color looks like. And as you flip through there, you can see that each section has its own color. Yeah, so that was a great thought by her. And, before you print, you just don't know how much of that edge is going to show because there's something called bleed, and they're going to cut it, but you don't know how far they're going to cut it in. And so it turned out fantastic. So we are loving how this thing looks. We're going to be using it ourselves this year.
I'm excited.
As are many people. We're already sold it to a bunch of churches, and we can't wait to get the feedback and how to make it better the next time.
It was just in time for summer.
That's right. And I think that's all I have for the intros, but that's cool stuff, isn't it?
Yes, very.
Yeah. Got a lot going on. All right, let's go to the next one. I know what you're thinking. It's time for the dad joke. But it ain't.
Oh, thank you,
I'm changing it up. I'm changing it up. We're going to do what? Wait a second here. We're doing it. We just ain't doing it right now.
Man.
And so I thought I would do something that I did on the last Apostolic Kids episode for kids, but I'm going to do it for adults. So while I'm asking you these questions, I'm also asking them these questions. And I'm hoping if you're out there in podcast land, I guess that's how the cool people say it, that you would respond to us and give us your feedback. If you could just email us to info@apostolicsundaySchool.com or send a text, because we got text now. We got a exclusive Apostolic Children's Ministry text, 909-237-0855. 909-237-0855. And go ahead and just answer these. Shoot us a quick text. I mean, how hard is it to send text, All right. So I don't want you reading these.
Okay, I won't.
All right?
I won't look.
So I'll turn it just a little bit so you can't see. But these are Would You Rather Children's Ministry Edition.
Oh, okay.
Some of them are funny. Some of them are a little more, not serious, but, you got to think a little bit. All right, here we go. Ready?
All right.
Would you rather accidentally dump an entire 5-gallon bucket of glitter in the sanctuary or set off the church fire alarm during one of your object lessons while they're having service?
So both of these are happening in the main sanctuary?
Well, no. So the first one, yes, in the main sanctuary, drop the bucket of glitter in the sanctuary. 5 gallons. Whew.
That's so much.
The second one is while they're having service and we're having Sunday school, you set off the fire alarm and they have to evacuate the building. So, would you rather? Now, people out there, before she answers, think about it. Which one would you rather do?
Okay, I think I have an answer.
All right, let us have it.
I think I would rather the water go off because the glitter we would
not the water. We don't want sprinklers. Not sprinklers. I'm not saying destroy the church.
They'd have to evacuate because I don't think Uncle Joel would be able to handle finding glitter randomly.
Yeah.
And a year down the road.
5 years, 10 years.
Yeah, we never get rid of it.
We would be breathing glitter.
It'd be paved over whenever we.
Although personally, I think I would go for the second one. I would rather have the glitter than the second one because my reputation is already not strong in the fire department. All right?
Okay, yeah, that's true. For you, I understand, but I don't think I could handle Uncle Joel coming.
Here's the second. Would you rather, girl? You ready?
Yes.
Would you rather have a perfectly behaved class that never responds, or a loud, chaotic, nutty class that is fully engaged? Well, now I don't know how you can have both of those, but just assume that it's possible.
We have the second one to a certain extent.
So would you rather have a perfect class that never responds or a crazy class that just feels like you're always losing them, but somehow they're getting the message?
The second one, definitely. 100%.
All right. Number 3, would you rather teach Sunday school dressed like a giant banana for 6 months?
6 months, that's a long time.
Or only be allowed to communicate through a puppet for 6 months? Don't be reading over here. Don't be reading ahead.
I think the puppet, I don't think I could deal with being a banana for 6 months. A puppet, you can work that into a lesson.
I know, but that's the only way you can communicate for 6 months is through a puppet.
I would, but you can do a lot. You can do songs, you can do jokes,
give me the banana
Bible
costume.
stories.
No, give me a banana costume. Clem is coming out, and he's coming out swinging.
Actually, I think the kids would be like that more than you would.
Yeah, probably. All right. Would you rather lose your entire lesson notes 5 minutes before your lesson starts, or lose all your games and object lesson supplies 5 minutes before?
The first one, definitely, because I don't go off notes anyways.
Oh, there you go. So you lose your notes.
I just I read them before class, or even like a few minutes before, and then I just kind of go up there. I don't really read off anything when I'm up there.
All right, I'm about to do a segue here. All right.
Okay.
So I'm going to chase a rabbit.
I'm ready.
So in the children's ministry chat in WhatsApp, by the way, if you don't know about that, come join us. There's about 160 of us, and we share ideas and thoughts and random crazy stuff. But Sister Jess Cass from Pueblo, Colorado, sent a text in that chat, and she said, what is your Sunday school attire? You know, how do you dress? Is it churchy? Is it theme-based? Like, does it match your theme? Is it just wild and crazy? And so everybody was responding different ways. Well, I sent a picture of me in the box on Friday or on Sunday morning, and so I'll explain that in a minute. But I also didn't send, but could have, Sunday night in church, in a real church, in the big boy church, when I was dressed like Uncle Sam.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, so we had an All Nations Sunday announcement, and so I came in full Uncle Sam outfit. I had a
American
Stars and
flag
Stripes
shirt.
vest, a bow tie, Stars and Stripes bow tie, a hat. Anyway, just look goofy as all get out. Yeah, it was quite something. And so the reason I brought that up in relation to this question is right before I went up. So that the announcements were after song service, before choir. Mm-hmm. And so I ran up there after song service to where I had stashed my stuff to change into, because I didn't come to church dressed like that. And it was gone. All my stuff was gone.
Oh, no.
And I had told the cadet, this is my stuff. This is why it's here. So just, don't move it. Yeah, no problem. Well, I came up, it's gone. Well, I know who did it. I know not only because they told me later, but because their brother Adam Pierce from our church hates it when I do those kind of announcements.
That makes sense.
I mean, he's the kind of guy.
That's immediately who I thought of when you said you knew who did it.
Well, when he sees me going up there in an Uncle Sam costume, he wants to dig a hole through the floor and crawl out that hole. Yeah. He hates it. And that's part of my pleasure. I get just great enjoyment watching him squirm and just, he does not like it. Well, so I get up there and my costume's gone. So I know I probably still have maybe 5 minutes to get dressed. Well, I can't find it. So I'm looking in the cabinets. I'm looking in the drawers. I'm looking in my brother's office. I'm looking in every cabinet I can find. I looked in this closet where they keep all the waters and all the sound equipment. Nothing in there. Finally, I asked the cadet. He said, dude, I have no idea. I promise I didn't move it. So we're scrambling. We're looking everywhere. Cannot find it. But I know he hid it. I know he did.
That's so funny.
And I also know him well enough to know he's not a jerk. So he's not going to burn it or make it where it's in the trash and unrecoverable.
Yeah.
So it's here somewhere. And so I kept looking and I finally found it. There's a little closet where they have all the waters and the sound stuff, but he had wedged it back behind the sound rack, and I found it. So I got all dressed up and I got out there, and that's why I doubled down and made him so uncomfortable the whole time I did the announcement. I don't normally go that far with it, but I did because he stole my stuff and I just had to dig the knife in a little bit. So would you rather lose your costume 5 minutes before it's due? And that would have been unfortunate.
That would have.
But all right, here we go. Here's another one. Okay. Would you rather have to do every single action song in full costume as You have to do it in full costume. Just pick which one. A cowboy chicken or a pirate squirrel?
Oh.
Which one? A cowboy chicken or a pirate squirrel? Both of them are pretty cool.
I
would like to see both of those.
Probably cowboy chicken.
Cowboy chicken. That has possibilities.
Yeah.
I can see it. Yeah, the pirate squirrel, I can't really see that, but it's awesome. I know it.
I'm like, I'm trying to figure out how you...
people out there right now, chat GPT.
Yes. Hey, if you do that,
send
text
it.
it.
Info at Apostolic, send us a call 909-237-0855.
Yes.
All right, now I got a bunch more, but let's just stick with those 5.
Okay.
All right, so quick recap. Glitter or fire alarm, that's number 1. Perfectly behaved class that never responds, or loud chaotic that fully engaged. Would you rather teach like a banana or communicate through a puppet for 6 months? Lose your entire notes 5 minutes before class, or 5 minutes before you teach, or all your game or object lesson supplies, and the action song in full costume?
Yes.
Which one? All right. So Tristan, I know that was kind of odd, but I figured why not? We did it for the kids. Let's do it for the adults. All right. On to the next.
Well, boy, I think it's time for a dad joke.
And now it's time for the dad joke. Oh, yes, indeedy. You thought you were going to get away, but Tristan, we're going to make it short and sweet. You ready?
Okay.
All right. What is a bear? What do you call a bear when there's no bees, huh? Ears. That's pretty good, huh? When there's no bees, it's not the bzz bees, it's the bees.
I'm so sorry, everyone.
Just call them ears.
I'm so sorry, everyone.
All right, Tristan, now it's time for them bloopers. Them bloopers and victories.
Well, okay, let's say like bloopers and victory.
Hey, to make us feel better, we did talk about a few weeks ago that people, my watch got caught in her hair, that people connect more with your failures than your successes.
You guys are going to connect today.
Oh boy, are you ever.
More than you ever have.
We are going to be connected through failure, through our failure. Well, we did a Holy Ghost rally, and I thought we had everything planned out. We had the live music planned, and I was going to do the final teaching part into the altar call. We had the music ready. I thought we had the schedule printed out. I handed out the schedule to everybody so everybody knew when they were coming in. I told them, be ready to come in. Don't let there be any dead air. I had the MC picked out. Okay, you're the one that's going to be leading this. And the whole time the big part I had to do this was because it's hard for me to MC like I normally do when I'm wearing a big cardboard box.
Yes, it was really funny.
So that's part of my lesson was I was wearing a giant cardboard box from beginning to end, and any kid that referenced it, I just ignored them. Or I'd just say, I don't know what you're talking about. What box? And it was just a huge, from my knees basically to my head. My arms were sticking out, and I had a little hole cut out for my face. So that's why I couldn't MC, and I thought we had it all figured out. Well, service starts.
Well, I think even before service. Yeah, I was going to say, we're going to start way before service.
Okay, let's start before. So they're doing the pre-service game. It's all going pretty well.
Yeah.
And I'm wearing my box. Why?
Well, the bloopers technically started when I first pulled into the parking lot. And we were all running late.
Oh, yeah.
And then
you were late.
I was running late.
The bus meeting, and you were supposed to be teaching something at the bus meeting.
Jose was teaching.
The orange was, though.
Well, yes, as a route. But so I was running late, and I thought I had pulled tight enough into my parking spot.
Oh, my goodness. How did I even forget that?
I don't know.
I totally forgot.
But I hit his car.
Yeah, with her car, she ran into my car.
But thankfully, my car's worse off than his is. His is just scratched.
There is no thankful there.
It's thankful for me, because he would have been more mad if your car was jacked and mine was fine.
You have to admit, I was pretty chill.
Oh, no, 100%. Because then I run inside, and I'm literally like telling Riley.
What I was mad about is that you were late. Because I was like, dude, get in there, girl.
I was like, Dad's going to kill me. Dad's going to kill me. And so I run inside, and I'm like, Dad, I hit your car. And he's like, I don't even care. Why are you late?
Well.
And I was like, no, Dad, like, I hit your car. Like, there's a scratch on your car. No, why are you late? I was like,
priorities.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's how it started. She hit my car, pulling in with her car. Thank God it was mine.
Honestly,
that is a victory as well. If it was somebody else's car, we'd be paying for it.
I would have
Right now, my car's kind of beat up enough where it's like, meh.
Yes, and then there was a whole like catastrophe with the music. We could not get.
No. We'll get there soon.
I'm talking about practicing.
Oh.
Where we then missed teachers meeting.
Because you're practicing because you didn't do it earlier in the week.
I'm telling you, it was like it was already like those two things. We were late. We ended up practicing for almost an hour, and
for two songs.
Two songs. It should not have taken that long.
No, it should not have. Anyway, so I'm in there for the pre-class activity. They're playing a game. And I see a young man come running into the sanctuary.
Wait, you already knew about it when I came and found you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know. Well, I knew because I came and found you and told you about it. And I didn't know you had already known about it at that point.
I thought it was him, but I wasn't positive. Anyway, there was a young man that came in. We're being very vague here on purpose. Yes. That was not supposed to be there. He was told he could never come back because last time he was there, he bit somebody, he punched somebody in the face, he kicked out somebody's car window, or tried. He actually didn't do it only because he was restrained before he could.
Yeah.
It wasn't for lack of effort.
Oh, no, definitely
He was
not.
trying to kick their windows out. And so we asked them to not come back. It was a rough deal.
Very, very, very.
Well, someone very well-meaning, unintentionally, picked one of them up again. Yes. And they show up. I mean, this is within 2 weeks, right? 2 weeks, probably?
Yeah, it was
maybe 3?
End of April.
A short time.
Yeah.
A short time. They are there again after biting somebody, punching someone, and kicking someone's windows out their back. And I'm thinking, what? Why? So my response was immediately, you must put them back in the car and take them home. They are not staying.
Yeah.
This is not my problem. This is your problem because we didn't, anyway, it's just the way it is. And so that's how it started. So what that meant is that now help that was supposed to be running Holy Ghost Rally is now dealing with the situation, including Tristan. And she was supposed to be doing the songs at the very beginning. So our MC is gone. Our song leader is gone. And so then we have a backup MC come in, Sister Leia, and she was going to run it. Well, at 10 o'clock, she's gone.
She was also running after another kid.
But I didn't know this.
Yes.
I know our MC is gone. Now our second MC is gone. And the person the MC is supposed to turn it over to, you, is also gone.
The thing is, me and Sister Leia were together.
At this point, I'm wearing a stupid box. I'm sweaty. I'm hot. I'm irritable. I cannot believe that this situation is happening. I mean, I'm beyond frustrated. And everybody I need is gone.
Yeah.
And then I said, okay, that's all right. Well, let's get the microphones. And I look at the soundboard, and our sound person is gone. They're gone too because the youth class asked them to come into their class to help them with something. And so now we don't have sound, we don't have an MC, we don't have a backup MC, and we don't have a song leader. And that's what we're supposed to be doing at that moment. And I'm wearing a box. And so I'm very frustrated. And I wasn't very good at not showing my irritation. And so I'm like, where is everybody? And so little by little, I'm getting the news trickling in. So Sister Kim Ramos steps in. She goes, I can do it. So she goes up there and she kicks it off. Well, no one can hear her. And we can't turn it up because our sound person's gone. And so now I'm really frustrated. Well, she has all the kids stand up. And I think, did you come in at that point? Oh, no, I ran outside.
No, so you did at that point. I ran out because I was trying to find a kid that I was told was just running out in like the basketball court. Nobody knew where she was.
This is a different one from the other one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Different
this is
kid.
Not the same kid.
So I'm running and I hear Erica and Sarah and they're getting up for the song. And so I'm like, I don't know what to do because I have to go find my bus kid. And so I run out and I think the song is going on. I come back.
The song is not going on because we can't find the sound person. We can't find you. We can't find anybody. So nothing has happened.
And so I come back.
And then there's nobody filling the air. And I'm wearing a box. So I can't really fill the air very well.
I come back. And as I'm running in, somebody is holding a mic. And they're holding a phone playing the song.
Okay. So this is where I went from from very irritated to losing my ever-loving mind. Because I hear the most terrible rendition of this soundtrack being played. And I look up and they're holding a microphone to a phone, We have Bluetooth, we have inputs, we have all of these things, but no, we decide to hold a microphone to the speaker of a phone. You can't hear the words. You can't understand even what song it is. It is a train wreck. And so I'm losing my mind. Why are we doing this? I'm just so fed up. And then Tristan's still not there. So I go running out. So I run outside, and there's literally, is it safe to say 6 people counting you?
There was like, yeah. At the beginning, there was 6.
Yeah. And I said, Tristan, why are you out here? There's a song. That's you. You're song person. You're the one in charge of this. You're not supposed to be out here. She goes, well, this is my bus cat. I said, yes. And those 3 people are all on your bus. They can take care of this. And that's our head of security. He can take care of it. Get inside. Dude, I was not rational. Yeah. Now, I was right, but I could have had a better attitude. Anyway, by that point.
That still wasn't the end of it.
No. It got worse. All right, go ahead. Maybe I'm forgetting the next.
The next part was...
By the way, this whole time I'm wearing a box. And now it's sweating.
Funny.
I have sweat pouring down my face because you can't breathe very well. I also can't hear very well because I'm in a box. And so I think that the sound is really low. And so I keep telling them to turn it up. Well, I forgot I was in a box. And so I can't hear anything.
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead.
So one of my bus workers comes back in and is like, we don't know what to do. And I was like, what are you talking about? So I run back out. And apparently... the kid was now up in the balcony and then out in the parking lot. And I was like, what is happening? And at that point, they were doing the Bus Rider of the Month awards.
That's when I said, Tristan,
that I also have to go.
I don't care what other responsibilities you have right now. Get in there and hand out that award. I
was like, I didn't, because I'm like, go, because when I was told there's one kid in the balcony and then she ran out and now she's in the parking lot, I was like,
it's just ironic that another bus worker is telling you that instead of just dealing with the situation.
Yes. So
I'm sorry.
Yeah. So basically,
I'm still a little wound up. Apparently.
So basically, we get back inside. I get back inside. We do the award, and then I get a text saying, "Hey," because one of the workers went and got the mom because we could not get a hold of mom. So
picked her up, brought her back to the church,
and I got told
she could pick up the kids because the kids would not get in the vehicle.
Because, well, we were also scared of them trying to kick out windows again.
Yeah.
So basically, I get a text, hey, mom is almost here. Can you come out here? So I go out there. And at this point, there's now like 8 people out here because they keep running.
And now it's about this time. It's time for the second song that you're not there for.
Yes. So he comes out again, and he is even more mad than before. So I go
literally, I don't think anybody but the very first piece, the pre-service game, I don't think any one person was where they were supposed to be. Yeah. Everybody was displaced. So every time it was time for the next piece to come in, they were gone.
Yeah.
And I'm wearing a box. Did I mention that? I'm wearing a box, so I can't do anything about it.
So then we go back inside for the song. Right after the song is He Goes Up. And at this point, I need to pray through before I can even do the final. And so when he first walks out there, I'm like, hey, I can just go. I'm just going to go out there, make sure make sure the kids are gone. And then I go out there, the kids are still here. And I was like, what is going on? There's one girl sitting on the floor, kicking and screaming, crying because she doesn't want to leave. And I'm like, I don't even know what to do. It was really bad.
Anyway, we're not gonna. I probably need to go back and edit half of what I just said. But it was rough. And then you get handed the mic and you have to smile and pretend everything's fine. And then talk to these kids and try to bring them to an altar call.
It was
brutal.
Quite the Sunday.
Yeah. So the last part wasn't complete disaster, but it was terrible. And so we got it to an altar call. Kids were praying, but man, what a brutal Sunday.
Yeah.
That was brutal.
So if you ever think that we have it all together.
Yeah. I think it's time to say what we always say. This podcast, if it's not for anybody else, it's for our benefit.
Yes.
So we can learn from this chaos. And we have learned.
We are not experts.
Let's just say that we are going to be revisiting the whole Holy Ghost rally schedule and figure out how not to have this again. Anyway, it was wild. So that's our blooper. The only victory I can say is kids were praying.
Yep. Kids praying in the altar. They were there for quite a while.
Of course, on one side they were praying. On the other side, they looked like they were doing a mosh pit or something. Not a good one. A bad one.
No, that's about accurate. I was standing up on the platform, and Erica and Sarah were singing too, and Erica had to run off and go grab some of her baskets because that was our Sunday. Yay! Hey,
and at least I got to take the box off halfway through my teaching part.
I think Logan had fun. He's got to rip the box up.
That's true.
And then
then the kid stole all my money.
I was so surprised.
Yeah, he did good though. Anyway, that was our Sunday. That's our victories. Very little. And our big bloopers.
Yes.
Hope you enjoyed. All right, now it's time for the new object lesson, or as we like to cutely call it, objectively cool.
I like it.
I was going through some object lessons, and I found one that I would like to bring up, and it's called Be Not Deceived.
Be not deceived.
Mm-hmm. Be not deceived. God is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap.
Brother Hanscom preached out of that verse, I think.
I don't know. I wasn't there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he did.
But anyway, so that's the title, is Be Not Deceived. And so what we do is you have a kid, you give a kid something. You have like a big Kit Kat bar or a Hershey bar or something, just a big candy bar that you have altered. So you carefully cut the back of it and slip the candy out and put something in its place.
Ew.
A dead lizard, bugs, some cauliflower, something gross, something that a kid don't want. But you seal it all up and it looks all pretty. And you give it to them. They're all excited and they take it back to their seat and you have them open it up on stage and they open it up. And of course they're going to freak out because it's disgusting. It's just not cool. And of course we take that point or that moment to talk about how that's exactly what the world does. They take the junk, they take the yucky, they take all the disgusting stuff and they wrap it up in a pretty little package and present it to you. And we take it because we think what's actually offered is what's inside. That's why people get hooked on drugs and cigarettes and all the glamour that they see, and they don't realize that inside is just utter destruction, and their life will fall apart.
Yep.
So that's objectively cool. Be not deceived. Just get something pretty and fill it with junk. Yeah, and have them open it on stage and throw up. Fill it with cockroaches, live ones.
Maybe not that.
All right, Tristan, from the archives, back in apostolicsundayschool.com, somewhere down in the little dark hidden underbelly where people haven't been in a while, where it's all dusty and you're sneezing like crazy when you walk through there.
Yep.
Did you find something?
I did.
You did.
I'm sure you can guess what it is.
Probably a song.
It is.
Surprise, surprise.
And it is the song, I think it's called Father's House, Uncle Charlie.
Come and go with me to my father's house. Yeah, it's a good song. Big House is actually the name
Big
of it.
House, not Father.
And that was by Audio Adrenaline. Years ago, that was the OGs.
Well, I think Uncle Charlie is the one who.
Well, no, he's the one that you know of. But Audio Adrenaline is the one that first made that song.
The more you know.
Yeah, but it's a good song. Definitely haven't heard it in a long time. I mean, that was a big deal when I was young. That was a hot new.
I remember you used to do it a lot when you were my Sunday school teacher.
Yeah. I like it. It's a big, big house, lots and lots of rooms, big, big table, and then you get to eat lots and lots of food. Yeah. All right. That's pretty good. Yeah, we need to pull that one out. I haven't heard that one in forever.
Deep in the archives.
Yep. All right. This is the last part, and we ain't even doing it. Nope. We are going to once again play a session from the recent Children's Ministry Conference held here in Rialto. It's put on by the SCC, and there's a lot of really good ones. This one is a video session, so it does have video with it, and it's by my sister-in-law, Sarah Booker.
It was very good.
And hers is on Skits for Sunday School, and she really is top-notch at skits, dramas, and all that sort of stuff. And so
she not only does like skits within Sunday school, but also like she directs our Easter drama.
Yeah, no, she's very good at what she does.
Thing.
She knows what she's talking about.
Yes.
But I do want to say this: if you are listening on audio, so if you're listening to this, through anything that doesn't have a video element, You might want to switch over to the video because there is a lot that probably won't make a lot of sense unless you can see it. Yeah. And so you can see that on YouTube under the Apostolic Children's Ministry, I almost said podcast, Apostolic Children's Ministry channel, or I think, no, YouTube has podcasts. So if you do the YouTube podcast player, you can see the video version, and maybe Spotify.
Spotify, it's like...
I know Spotify can do video, but I don't know if the one I send it
it's kind of iffy
works.
sometimes. I'm not sure.
Probably not. But anyway, if you want to make more sense out of this session, that's where you go. All right. I think we're done for today. So as soon as she's done, we are done. So I guess we'll say bye now. We'll see y'all.
Bye, y'all.
Enjoy.
My name is Sarah Booker, and for many years, I was a Sunday school teacher here at Inland Lighthouse, and I am the drama director. We just got finished with a Easter drama that we did for 3 days, and how many people did we have over the 3 days? I can't remember. Almost 3,000? Yeah, about almost 3,000 people for 3 nights, and unique people was over 2,000, I think. Anyways, it was an amazing weekend, and so we're still recovering from that because that was a long road, but it was really good. So I love skits and I love dramas. That's just my passion. As I said a few minutes ago, I was raised in Truth Tabernacle in Fresno, and my mom is a very quiet, shy person. And so if some of you are here today and you're like, I'm here because skits are really not my thing because I'm really quiet and I'm really shy, somehow my mother, who is a very shy, like she can't even hardly look at people in the face when she's ordering, transforms herself and is the skit queen in Fresno. She loved skits. So growing up, my house, everything in my house was available for a prop. Still to this day, my dad doesn't really have a garage because it's just crammed full of props, and she can take anything. I watched her take, I was telling them earlier, she needed a donkey for a Christmas play. And so she went thrift store shopping and found an anteater. So it was gray, an anteater, just stuffed animal. And I walk in, I'm visiting, and she's turning it into a donkey. And it became a donkey. And that's the way I grew up. Every weekend, there was something being built, something being made for Sunday school that weekend. So why do a skit? Skits, as Brother Hodge said, is a good way to get engagement in your classroom, and they are just illustrated sermons. And they help children remember the lessons. The more senses that you can engage when you're teaching your children, the more they are liable to remember what you're teaching. Another thing is it makes the words on the page come alive in their mind. A skit is a visual representation of what is happening in the Bible. It's important to remind your kids week in and week out that the Bible is not a fairy tale. The Bible really happened. Real people. These are real people, real events. It's not just another story that you're reading and engaging with. It's real people and real truths that happened. And so when you do a Bible story as a skit, it can help remind them that these are real people. Just like you're a real person, this really, really did happen. Certain styles of skits engage participation. They encourage participation together, and we're going to go do one of those in just a little bit. And then there should always be in your classroom multiple learning styles. Oh, you can come on. Multiple learning styles. And so skits is just another way to shake your classroom up. Like I said, some people are really good. Brother Phillips, really, 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 really good at object lessons. That's my weakness, so I had to force myself. I want to do every lesson as a skit. And some people, they want to do every lesson as an object lesson. And so it's a good way to mix yourself up and force yourself to do something outside of your own box. And if you love skits, then even better. So types of skits that you can use. I'm just going to go through some of these and quick skits. So these are the simple and easy to prepare. They just have one very clear message as a skit. And so give me 2 seconds. I need a volunteer. No, this one. Okay. Okay. Hello everyone, so sorry I'm late. I am so sorry I'm late. I just flew in from Washington, D.C., where I was given the esteemed honor by my colleagues at the National Institute of Molecular, Biological, Zoological, and Astrophysiological Sciences, the Academy for Esteemed and Wonderfully Important People, NMZWAP for short. Oh, I forgot to tell you my name. My name is Dr. Zelinda Zorich, or you can call me Dr. ZZ for short. Anyways, I need a volunteer. Right here. Come. I'm here today to teach you guys a very important concept. It is my specialty. Come here. Volunteer, right here. Okay. Today, I'm going to teach you the power to create something just by using your mind. Do you think you can do that? Okay, then I am going to blindfold you so you cannot see. And in this box right here, I have some Legos. And just by using the power of your mind, I want you to take these Legos and I want you to create a car. Okay? Can you do that? Okay, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Go ahead. Yes, think car. Think Lamborghini. Think wheels. Zoom, zoom. Go ahead. Think, Ferrari. Yes, that's a good one. Go ahead.
Excuse me, lady. What are you talking about? I'm not that bright, but it doesn't look like there's any great cars appearing right in front of them right there. That looks like a bunch of Legos.
Well, it's going to be a car if you just think it hard enough. It's going to be a car. I know it.
Is this idea based on evolution?
Well, yes, that's my specialty. My specialty is evolution, and I believe that if you think hard enough, then it will be created.
Lady, I hate to break it to you, but the mathematical probability of evolution actually happening is pretty small. Astrophysics have concluded that any event with a probability of less than 1 chance in 1 times 10 to the about 110 are impossible. The probability of a cell forming is 1 in 1 to 10 to the 40,000. That's a lot of zeros.
No. Listen. I know you say that the whole world was created by some big thing in the sky.
Yeah, you want me to explain to you how it happened?
Yeah, sure. How did it happen?
In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth.
Right. Wham, bam, shoom, shoom, shazam. You think really?
And the earth was formless and void.
Kind of like your hair.
And God said, let there be light.
And there was just like light and he turned on the switch?
No, God didn't need a switch. He just spoke and light appeared.
Okay, so I'll stop there. That's an example of a skit that I did starting about evolution. Okay, so you still don't have your car, and I'm very disappointed in you. But you can, okay. Thank you, bud. You got the start of one, though. You found the right one. Okay, so that's just an example of a way that I would use a skit to teach on evolution and creation. And so that is a quick skit that what I call it simple, easy to prepare, using stuff I had at home from my son's outgrown Lego box. So the next one is what I call a freeze frame skit. I'll go over that in just a second. Where you pause your actions to explain the thoughts and feelings. These are good because sometimes biblical concepts, the story might be over their head a little bit, and so if you need to pause the story then and explain and teach, then that's a good way to do it. Interactive skits, let kids choose what happens next. These are good for consequence skits. Now, if you choose one of these type of skits, you have to be prepared for them to choose the wrong thing because they love to do it. They love to choose the action that they shouldn't do because that's just kids, right? Like, should he steal the ice cream? Should he not? Okay, be prepared for them to say, steal the ice cream, right? Because that's what kids. But then you have two alternative skits planned out. One where they choose the wrong thing, and then you show them the consequences of something like that happening. One where they get rewarded if they do the right thing. Narrator skits. A narrator tells the story while the kids act. Okay, I need a couple more volunteers. Okay, you want to come here? Okay, come here. You are going to be Brother David. Okay, here, can you carry this? Okay. Go stand up there. Go. I don't have a harp, so we're just going to use a guitar. Okay, I need someone to be Saul. Okay, come on. Here you go. That's your javelin. I know it looks a little like a sword, but it is a sword javelin because that's what we had. Okay, here you go. And then I need some girls. I need 2 girls. Okay, Kristen, and then on the end. Okay. So we're going to tell the story of Saul and David. How many of you guys know that a long time ago, this story really happened in the Bible? I know we like to tell the story of David and Goliath. Have any of you guys heard the story David and Goliath? Well, this story takes place right after David killed Goliath. Here we have our David. Can you step forward, Mr. David? Let's give David a hand. And then we have Saul. Again, give Saul a hand. Boo. Oh, wait. Sorry. And then we have our girls. Now, this is what happened right after David killed Goliath. David and Goliath were walking down the road one day, and out came the ladies of the city. And they were playing their tambourines, and they were dancing, and they were saying, Saul has slain his thousands, David has slain his 10,000. Saul has slain his thousands, David has slain his 10,000. Saul has slain his thousands, David has slain. And they were listening. And David, give me a good smile. David was happy. He was like, yeah. But over here, Saul was mad. Ooh. Give me a good mad face. Oh. And Saul said, I'm going to kill David. Freeze. Now, what do you think that Saul was feeling about David? What feeling did he have in his heart towards David? What? Jealousy. He didn't like what they were saying. That feeling is called jealousy. When you're not happy for others, you're mad at them for the good things that's happening in their life. And then I would go on and I would teach my lesson about jealousy. And that is an example of like a freeze frame type skit. Thank you for our volunteers. You made it good. You guys are really good. Okay, Landry, can you help him? Thank you. Okay. So those are some types, different examples of skits that I use. Like I said, I like skits. So a lot of times I would use a skit to start my object lesson. Not rely solely on an object lesson, but use a skit, a short one, as an attention grabber to get them to pay attention to your lesson. Okay? Because if you come up here, like Brother Hodge said, and just start by talking, you're going to lose some you're going to lose some skits. So here's another example. I don't have time to do all these skits, but this is a classic one, kind of a classic object lesson that I turned into a skit. And that is on holiness. So my husband and I were both in class at this point. And so I came in rollers, all in my hair, my robe. But I was so excited because my daughter was coming home from college, and I was preparing the house for my daughter to come home from college, and I was so excited, and I set up the table and set up plates for her, and I set her place up, and then right at the place, I had this horribly ugly, dirty, filthy cup. But inside, it was washed really clean. And so when she sits down, she's like, Mom, that's disgusting. And I was like, oh, but the inside is clean. Look, I cleaned the inside for you. And she's like, I'm not drinking that. Well, so then I had a beautifully prepared bed, and it looked really nice, like a nice comforter. And when she got to get into bed and opened it up, inside I had filled it with dirt and leaves and all kinds of stuff. And she was like, but I said, well, the dog's been sleeping on the bed, but I washed the comforter, and the outside is clean. And then I talked about, it doesn't matter if we say just the inside's clean or just the outside clean. Both things matter when it comes to holiness. So then I went into my lesson about holiness. So another one that I did was the story of Abraham and Lot. It works well in here. I have 2 doors. I did this for a youth class, and I actually had somebody build 2 door frames with real doors. And I talked about the choices that Abraham and Lot, and I labeled the doors God's way and my way. And the choices that Abraham and Lot went through. And Abraham sometimes didn't choose God's way. And when he chose his way, I had them go through the door. And as I was telling the story of Abraham, and he came out, he chose his way to have a child. And when he came out of his way, they started getting burdens every time they went through the door that said their way. But then Abraham gave those burdens to God and started doing it God's way. And when he did things God's way, and I had them piled up with gifts when they came back through the door. And so I did this also with teenagers, where I had Landry choose my way, but I had his dad in front, blocking him, like begging him, please, 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 like it was a real serious, don't go this way, please don't go this way. And when he went, he started tearing down the door and kicking it in and choosing his way. And to teenagers, talking about rebellion and the consequences of rebellion and the chains that come from rebellion, and choosing your way, not God's way. So that is what an example I would call more of an object lesson skit. Comedy skits, use humor to engage. We did a funny Christmas one, where I had a shopper run in. We have a Walmart right around the corner, and she was looking for bargains. She was looking for bargains. She was looking for bargains. And we're talking about the real meaning of Christmas. And she's looking for bargains, and I'm teaching, and I'm like, this is not Walmart. Like, this is, you're in the wrong place. And then this little girl comes in, Natalia, this little girl, and screaming, I want a gift, I want a gift. It's kicking and screaming. And then all of a sudden the mother walks back in and says, I knew I left something, I'm so sorry, and drags her out. And we were talking about the real meaning of Christmas. And so we kind of use humor for what the real meaning of Christmas. Silent skits, no talking. This is a perfect place to start if you hate doing skits, because you pre-record everything. And then you act to your pre-recorded thing. I think a good one for this would be like Samuel, the story of Samuel, where you could have a pre-recorded. This is nice for us females, because then I would have my husband record the voice, Samuel, Samuel, at home, and then I wouldn't have to do all that. I could just act to that. Longer skits, episodic skits, continuing the same story every week. We don't really typically do these a lot, but I know some churches do. I think Brother Baker's church does this a lot, continuing the same story every week. If you do that, be careful not to be repetitive. And then full lesson skits. We have a serious one. How many of you guys ever done the rapture skit with your kids? This is really good for older kids, but it really does hit home if you're talking about heaven. We've done it where we leave clothes behind and we play that song, I Wish We'd All Been Ready. I don't know if you ever heard that. I wish we'd all been ready. Two were walking in the field. One standing still, the other one disappeared. I wish we'd all been ready. We did a whole skit based on that song. And it was a very, very serious skit, but it was what I would call a whole lesson skit, where at the end, you don't have to really talk much. They were ready to come and pray at the end of that. So parallel story skits, taking a Bible story and making it modern. We do this, a really good one to do this with is the prodigal son, is to make it more modern. That one always goes over really well. Testimony skits. I'm running out of time, so I'm going to move quickly. Real life situation kids can understand. Take your life and turn it into a story. An example of this for me is I was raised all my life in church, but I love music. And so as a young person, I struggled because I went to a Christian school, but not every kid in the Christian school was doing right. And so I was introduced at my Christian school to music I should not be listening to. And so I turned that into a skit by a church girl going to school, and I had the different characters come in, and I never played bad music. What I did was I dressed up like a rocker looking, he came in, and he took headphones off and put them on mine. And then I had a cowboy hat and come in, and then a rapper. And every time they would just put the headphones on my ear, so I'm not playing bad music in class, but they know what it was. And when I went to bed that night, I started having bad dreams because I knew I wasn't supposed to be doing right. And my mom came in and told me the story of Saul and David and the power of music to either attract spirits or to drive away spirits. So that was my testimony, and I used that and turn it into a skit. So you can turn anything into a skit. We in Fresno also had people. We had a lady that was literally backslid and was. Nashville wanted her to come and sing, and she prayed back through right before she was going to go. They wrote a skit about that, and so use your testimony also as a skit. So tips for success: keep it engaging and clear. We talked about Brother Hodge, if you were there. He must be exciting. Don't use the same style of skit week after week. What makes a skit a skit? It's not just talking. It's a prop, it's an action, it's a costume. Mix it up. Don't aim for perfection. I'm not saying don't make it the best you can. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you don't have to have lights and music and action to have a good, engaging skit. Okay? You just need to have yourself and an idea and a costume or a prop, but something. And make sure it always connects back to the lesson and the topic. Don't get bogged down and go off topic. Use simple props. You are just a talking head if you don't have something that catches the kids' attention. It doesn't need to be elaborate. Most of my props and most of my stuff is in my house, as you can see. Most of it comes from my own house, and that's what I use. Common mistakes to avoid: skits that are too long without purpose, and you just start becoming repetitive. Always keep an eye on the kids. If the kids are bored with your skit, you need to do something fast. That just is in general, okay? And so sometimes, like Brother Hodge said, I'll go out and I will start talking to them out here and take my skit right out. What did you think of that? Did you think Saul should do that? Oh, I don't think Saul should do that. Okay, and just always have one eye on the kids. If you are losing them, you instantly have to change something. You have to change your voice, you have to change your action, you have to go out into the middle of them, but deviate from your script if they are starting to get bored. If your skit is just talking, it's easy to fall into that trap to where your skit starts becoming a lecture. So be careful of that. All skits, of course, you're talking, but you have to act and give your emotion, whatever that emotion is as well. And the scenes, be careful that you don't have just the scene just in one place. Even a small classroom, make the whole classroom your stage. Never just stay in one place. Move, vary your voice. Large, quiet whispers. It was a dark and stormy night. When all of a sudden, okay, just you can change yourself, change your voice. Don't read lines as best as possible. Okay, secret hack. Have your lines on a clipboard and be a professional. Okay, or have them on the stage, but please, if you're doing a skit, please don't do this, okay? Because the kids aren't gonna know. So make it simple enough where you can remember your flow and without having to read your lines. So this is one I've seen a lot. If you are the kind of people that like to ad-lib your skits and you have somebody that's a really exuberant type of person, I'm talking to all the exuberant people right now, okay? Be careful that you don't overtake the skit and that all of a sudden everything's about you and you're the focus in that skit and sometimes you need to back off and let the ebb of a flow of a skit happen and not always be the one that's out in the forefront, or else your skit's not going to keep moving and the pace is not going to keep moving. So be careful of that. If you do the type of skits that you just have an outline and you don't have actual lines, that you are giving each other, don't start enjoying your banter so much that you forget the point of your skit, okay? I'm saying that because we have a tendency to sometimes do that here in the Lighthouse. No offense. But we do have a tendency to do that. And so we're like, oh, back to the skit. We've been having a lot of fun up here. And we have to keep moving along on the skit. But at the end of the day, the whole reason that we're here this weekend is the shared goal of seeing kids grow in God. I saw a quote this week by Frederick Douglass that said, it's easier to build strong children than to fix broken men. And that really resonated with me. It's so much easier to get them right now while they're kids and make them strong children for their future than to fix them when they're adults. And Psalm 78, 1-4 says, my people hear my teaching, listen to the words of my mouth. I will open my mouth with a parable. I will open my mouth with a skit. I will open my mouth with the object lesson. I will utter hidden things from old, things we've heard and known. Things our ancestors have told us. By the way, this is NIV. We will not hide them from their descendants. We will tell the next generation the praiseworthy deeds of the Lord, his power, and the wonders he has done. Jesus was the greatest storyteller in the Bible, and I think that you can be too if you just change it up and you can do skits. In Jesus' name.
You have 4 minutes if you want questions.
Oh, yeah. Do you have any questions? I was trying to finish early. I have lots of skits if you ever, just real quick, like Google is your friend. If you don't know where to start at writing a skit, there are tons and tons and tons and tons of options. Many, many, many times I just start reading through. There's several websites. If you Google Sunday school skits, they come up. Some of them are corny. They're horrible. But what they do is they'll start a seed of an idea of your mind, and you're like, okay, I can start there, and then I can elaborate on this and make this better. Does that make sense? So there's not always a lot of good skits out there, but and the best place you can find skits is right in your Bible. Because if you did a different Bible story every single week, you wouldn't run out of stories for a couple of years. And so the best place to look is your Bible and use Bible stories to do skits. I love doing that because it's so much better than just telling the story, is showing the story. And if you're a small class, like I said, if it's just like 1 or 2 teachers, then utilize the kids in your skits. How I did, bring them up, make them the Bible characters. And you can do that. Any questions? Okay.
Where can we find your skits?
On my Google Drive? My Google Drive. I don't have anything. Okay. Okay. I was gonna say he's gotten a lot of them, and so some of them are scattered throughout the curriculums, and so yes, right now. But my email is sbooker81@gmail, and I'm really, really serious. If you're like, hey, I need an idea for this topic, you can email me and I'm fine. sbooker81@gmail.com. And I'm really serious. I've said this before. I will help anybody write a skit. That's my favorite, one of my favorite things to do. So if you're like, I need an idea, please email me and I will send you.
A lot of your stuff on Apostolic Sunday School, if you dig around on there.
Yes, yes. Yes. So, okay. God bless you guys.